My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart, I want to eat his children.
Let's get ready to rumble! But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Hi, and this is Beyond the Ropes. We're back today with a special to discuss the Triple G versus Canelo fight. I know the boys. I'm joined by Dwight and Sean today. They're definitely as excited as me.
Definitely.
This is the fight of the year. I'm not having that May Max shit anymore.
I'm glad that's over, mate. You know what I mean? We can talk about real boxing.
We
now.
can really concentrate now. Okay, I'm gonna go to we'll go to Sean.
Yeah.
Because we don't like Sean because he's going to Vegas this week. It hurts. It hurts. I know Dwight's with me on that. It hurts.
Yeah, it does hurt, mate. You know.
So, Sean, I mean, you must be so excited. Come on.
I can't wait. I still haven't got tickets to the fight, but got tickets for the weigh-in now, so I'll get at least that bit of the atmosphere. And I really think Canelo's going to win. I said it to you the other day. I'm just the closer it gets, the more and more convinced I am as well.
You weren't confident when we spoke last week.
No, since then, you obviously just read what you want to read. You know what I mean? It's like if you want Golovkin to win, you're going to read what you want. You think Golovkin's going to win, but I'm really convinced Canelo's going to win, and I think he will win on points. And I think he's got enough power and throws enough punches, especially early on, to keep Golovkin honest. And I think Golovkin, for him to win, I think he's going to have to knock him out in like the 10th, 11th or 12th. I don't think it's going to happen before that. And I think he'll be losing by a distance on the scorecards as well.
That's an interesting one. Because I don't really see normally Canelo as a big point scorer, unless you take away the Chavez fight.
I don't know. I think he's going to be quick. I think he'll be quicker. Even despite the fact he might come in heavier on the night, I think he will be.
There's no might about that. Have you seen him?
Yeah, but because it's the IBF thing, he's got to be within 10% the day after. So he's got to be 176. Is that right?
I believe so. But there's also one belt he's not fighting for, isn't there? He's kind of said, "I'm not doing that, so I'm not doing any of the check weights," and I think it might be that one.
I think that I don't know. Well, that's a bit of a giveaway if it is.
I told you he's coming in 200 pounds when he
doesn't really matter though. For me, it doesn't really matter about the belts. Whoever wins this fight is the best, and whoever loses is second best. You know what I mean? It's just that's what it is. I think that if it's a good fight, there might be a rematch. If it's not a good fight and say Canelo wins, Golovkin's either got to retire or move up. I think there's no point in him sticking around middleweight. And if Canelo loses, Golovkin will probably move up anyway.
Some big money fights for Golovkin in the super mids.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all tied up more or less at the moment. But I mean, the Gale's on the outskirts of that.
The middleweight division will be a bit subdued, I think, because either way, whoever wins,
we've been building to this point, haven't we?
Yeah.
And Golovkin's probably going to go up if he wins or loses. So the middleweight's going to be interesting. Billy Joe Saunders. I don't know what will happen. I don't know whether Golovkin will stick around to fight Saunders. I think Canelo will. I don't know if Golovkin's got enough time to hang around and when there's bigger fights for him in the division above.
What do you reckon, Dwight?
Do you know what, I'm going to say exactly the same thing. Canelo on points. When this fight got made, I was up and gassed. I've been so excited about the whole thing. Again, I reckon Canelo's going to outbox him. Jacobs outboxed Golovkin. I thought Jacobs won that fight personally. Canelo's a better boxer. He hits harder. So yeah, I reckon Canelo on points, and I reckon it's gonna be a good fight. Canelo can take a punch as well. So I reckon Golovkin will be caught short, man. I think he has to go up. Like after this fight, either way, he has to go up. There's no point sticking around, like especially not for Billy Joe Saunders. He has to go up. Canelo, yeah, Saunders afterwards, win or lose, he can take that fight's there for him. But otherwise, Golovkin, he has to go up, win or lose. I think rematch would be good as well. Well, obviously, if it's a good fight, it'll be rematch would be on the cards. But yeah, I can't wait, man. Just can't wait for this fight.
Yeah, and we're getting so close to it.
What do you reckon?
I'm still firmly in the Triple G camp. I see what everybody says. I completely agree that Canelo he's a beast, and you've seen the pictures of him now. He's so in shape. He's so big. He's so ripped.
Yeah.
But I just don't ever recall watching a fight and thinking, oh, he moves his head quite well, or he gets his feet. He moves his feet quite well, so he's not taking shots.
Yeah.
And I just feel that Golovkin is not the person to do that with. And we've all said it before. I mean, after the Jacobs fight, some people, what's the saying, they get old overnight. And I don't necessarily think that he's a different fighter. I think that fight was telling in that it's after that suddenly the fight got made. So I feel that the Canelo camp were like, actually, maybe now is the right time, because it was literally within weeks after that fight was done. They signed up and we started talking about this fight. And I don't want to believe they are old. You get on Twitter and you see these things, but people have said that he's had these bad fights because he wanted to get that Canelo fight.
Yeah.
I can't have that. But yeah, I mean the Jacobs fight was an eye opener for me, because I think, and fairness, I think we were all getting into that point where he had that kind of Mike Tyson aura. You just thought this guy's unbeatable.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to trouble him. And I don't necessarily think that Jacobs put the blueprint out there, because I don't think Canelo could do that anyway. But I said to Sean last time, I'm in a real head and heart sort of thing here, because I really feel like Golovkin will win, but I've got creeping doubts now. The younger man, the stronger man, the bigger man. But I also remember as well, I'm pretty sure it was in the Cotto fight, much younger Canelo as it is, but getting rocked badly. Yeah. Getting pushed around the ring. And I'm trying to think, I know you just said he can take a shot. I'm trying to cast my mind back to a point when he's weathered a storm when he's taken big shots. I mean, the last time I saw him really get hit was in probably the Mayweather fight, and Mayweather wasn't going to knock him.
I know Mayweather's not a big puncher, but he did take a lot of punches in that fight.
Yeah,
he took a lot of punches, like.
And they always say it's the punches that you don't see.
Yeah. And
if we watch that fight back, he had no idea where those punches were coming from. So I mean, this is just going to be a massive. This is a showcase. I don't care what anyone says about the exhibitions that we've been seeing over the last month or so. This is the biggest fight we've had for how long? What was it you were talking about? And I'm saying, I'm trying to cast my mind back to the biggest fight I can think of in our lifetime, when you've got two of the best.
Yeah.
At the right time as well.
At the right time, and arguably, I mean, with the right time sort of thing thrown in, I was casting my mind back as far as Lewis Tyson. Where it was that debatable who is the best right now.
I don't think that was the right time.
No, I don't. I think this is number one.
Yeah.
Personally, I think this is for boxing fans, the biggest fight of the last 25, 30 years. From my point of view, I don't think there's been a heavyweight fight that you get the two best in the division fighting each other when they're both in their prime.
Probably Ben Eubank. One. That was right about time, wasn't it?
Definitely agree with that. I think the only thing that held that back somewhat was that it was more a domestic sort of clash. I know there were world title belts involved, but neither of them particularly like to travel too much.
Yeah.
They weren't internationally known as much as these two are.
But again, I
it's
think
up there anyway.
I think in those instances, probably very similar to now, that the guys could make enough money fighting at White Hart Lane to not have to travel to America to go and fight in Vegas or New York or something like that. Which obviously you see with the Joshuas and whatnot now. They don't need to go to Vegas or Madison Square Garden. They can just fight at the O2, same attendance. Yeah. Without having to travel too far.
I mean, looking at the records though, you'd say that Golovkin would obviously beat all of Canelo's win. That he'd beat everyone that Canelo's beaten, just because they've all taken place more or less at lower weights. So you'd say Golovkin, but I would also say that Canelo would beat all of Golovkin's opponents as well. Yeah. I think bearing in mind that he's fought at a lower weight for most of his career than middleweight, I think that says a lot.
Yeah.
I think he's a better I think he'll go down in history as being the better fighter. And I was thinking about this the other day. If Golovkin loses this, how will he be remembered? What will his best win be? And how will he be viewed, the fact that he stayed at middleweight and said he was sticking around for the belts and he wanted to collect all the belts, but he was willing to go down a bit for Mayweather, he was willing to go up a bit for Froch.
Yeah.
Because the money was there. Yet what he would tell everyone was he wanted all the belts. And I don't think he'll ever get all the belts.
It's a very difficult thing to do. I mean, just like you said, everything's timing. And to get all of those belts, I mean, how long was it, that whole get all the belts has been going on for what, about 4 or 5 years?
Well, he could have had all the belts if he fought Saunders instead of Canelo.
That's true. And
I mean, I'm glad that this fight's happening, but I'm just not convinced that he's like gonna go down as this all-time great that he's being portrayed as, because he's. Tell me who his best win is.
And you're spot on, and it's when you compare it to Canelo's, his resume right now, he has 4. He fought everyone he needs to fight already.
Yeah.
He hasn't ducked anybody. Like I said, he may not be my favourite fighter, but you only have to look through the names on his CV.
Yeah.
And as much as it'll burn the member of our team who's not here today,
I mean, come.
it's very similar. It's very similar. I mean, he may not necessarily have fought everybody at the best time for them.
Yeah.
But when you look back 10, 15 years time, we're going to look at that CV and go, there's some solid names on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Liam Smith.
Yeah. But I just think Golovkin, really to secure his legacy, needs to go up into the division above.
Yeah.
And do something.
A bit like Ward is going through the divisions, isn't he? Well, I think he's on the same sort of path, hasn't he?
Well, it was like Golovkin was never wanted anything to do with Ward until Ward moved up 2 divisions above. And all Golovkin was doing was calling out retired fighters. He was calling out Mayweather, saying he'll go down to 155 or whatever. Said he'll do Froch at 162 or something like that. But they were both retired at the time.
Yeah.
It sounds good, but
it's that one
something.
where he's calling out those fights because they were money fights.
Yeah.
Weren't they? He wanted Froch over. It would have been, I'm going to fight you in Wembley, or
Yeah.
everyone wants the Mayweather fight. Doesn't matter what division you're in.
Yeah.
Everybody would like to fight Mayweather.
Which is fine. It's just annoying when he goes around and his sort of promoter and coach saying all he wants is the belts.
Just be honest.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the thing. We've said it before. Fight fans nowadays, we've got BoxRec, Wikipedia at our fingertips.
Yeah.
So someone can make a claim and you'll be like, fuck off, man.
Yeah.
Not having that. Because I'm looking at your fighters that you fought and you're not interested in those belts. You could have done this. You could have done that. And in fairness to him, it's not always. Obviously, it's not one-sided. We don't know the ins and outs of the Billy Joe Saunders thing. He said several times that he signed to fight him.
Yeah.
But I mean, Billy Joe Saunders has said a lot of things.
I mean, look, if Golovkin wins, he's beaten everyone he needs to beat, so you can't knock him. It's just he's not really had a rivalry where there's been like 2 or 3 people around for the last 5 years. He's got one. His best win will potentially be his last win at this weight.
Fight,
Yeah.
Which is interesting because it's like
And it'll be by distance as well. That'll be his best win.
Yeah.
You probably have to say Lemieux probably after that.
Yeah.
I think that's what I pulled out last time, and it was only because, I mean, I rate Lemieux quite highly now, and I think Lemieux would quite easily beat, say, Billy Joe Saunders, for instance, to take that belt. And it was because that fight, I've said it so many times, was billed as such a genuine 50-50.
Yeah.
And it was an absolute beating.
Yeah, just blew him away, didn't he?
And it was so comfortable, just didn't even get out of second, third gear. And that's what I find interesting about this fight. We don't know the ins and outs of what happened with the Jacobs fight. Is that the true Golovkin we're going to see going on now? Is he on the decline? Because I mean, the fight before that, obviously we saw Kell Brook. He took lots of shots.
Yeah.
But is that the whole thing of he wasn't troubled by the power?
Yeah.
He wasn't worried about Kell Brook's style or power.
But using that then, I mean, is Canelo a better version of Kell Brook, like a bigger, stronger version, but with similar boxing skills?
Well, I was thinking something very interesting about that, and I think you're probably quite right. I would have been interested to have seen Triple G fight Amir Khan, because I feel that style, that would have been an interesting matchup. And I feel Kell Brook versus Canelo. Because Brook probably could have taken those shots, not necessarily after the 2 face breaks.
Yeah.
And I feel that Amir Khan's style would have been very interesting to see against Triple G because he's. Let's be honest. Triple G is a very technical fighter. We've said it so many times before. His footwork is up there with the absolute best. You watch the Martin Murray interviews when he talks about his fight, and he sounds terrified even just reciting about the fight. That you're just walking around and half a side step one way and he's back
Although
on
against Jacobs though, when he was getting frustrated, he was following him around the ring a lot. Like he wasn't really cutting off the ring against Jacobs as well.
But with the Amir Khan thing though, you're saying about Amir Khan versus Golovkin, that won't last a round though. That won't go one round.
I think you're probably right, but we all thought that about the Canelo one. It was if he doesn't get hit. I think with
Same with any Amir Khan fight.
Any fight we put him in, as long as he doesn't get hit, he'll probably win this. It's that old football one, you know. If you don't concede, you can't lose. I'm so torn because I really do feel that Golovkin will win this, and it's a strange one as well because at first I thought I was really against like the general consensus, like you guys here, your team Canelo.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, we said it before, fights aren't one on Twitter, but there's a lot of people that really fancy Triple G for this.
I mean, personally, if I had to have a bet, I'd back Triple G. I'd say I don't know, I haven't even seen the odds, but I'd imagine he's the favourite, just because he's an established middleweight. And Liam Smith, did you see what he said about Keith Peake? He thinks Canelo's got the edge in every department apart from power, but that's Triple G's game plan. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's the one thing that's what his game's based around. So
I did see a really interesting tweet this week, and it was said that Canelo's coming in, and you've seen the size of him. He looks an absolute beast for this fight, and it was interesting that he came in for the Mayweather fight, and he tried to outbox him.
Yeah.
And he seems to be coming in to the Triple G fight trying to outpower him.
Yeah.
And it's interesting tactics that you would try and take your opponent's best attribute and do it better than them. I mean, time will tell.
Yeah, we'll see on the night. Really.
I would just imagine, like I said last time, I just imagine there's going to be a lot of times where Canelo's going to be on the ropes, and it's just whether or not he can avoid taking clean shots while he's on the ropes. Because I think if Golovkin throws 2-3 and they're getting blocked, Canelo will come back with something.
Yeah.
And it's just what happens then, whether Golovkin respects his power. Because if he does, I think it could be quite a wide points decision. I really do. I think Canelo is probably like a stronger and more durable version of Kell Brook, say.
Yeah.
And if he can land them shots with more power, Golovkin shouldn't be able to walk through him.
That's the thing, is that he shouldn't be able to.
If he can, then
he's in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be really interesting because you'd fancy, if it's a tight point decision, you'd fancy Canelo to get it just because it's there
and the judges and the referee.
But Canelo's best on his back foot, and Golovkin's obviously just comes forward non-stop, so it should be like an amazing fight.
Yeah, styles.
It should
the
be.
styles
make
gel,
fights.
man. Yeah, they should gel.
I genuinely feel we're looking at a fight that's either going to be a Hagler-Hearns 2 rounds, or like Sean said, it's gonna go right into the later rounds.
What you kind of want, I mean, because it could become a shootout. If Canelo gets hurt, like in the first or second round, then he's not going to just stand there and get beaten, is he?
Yeah.
You get the impression he'll probably try and go out fighting on his shield, sort of.
It's interesting with obviously Canelo, the career he's had, he's obviously not afraid to lose as well.
Yeah.
And you've got to love that in a fighter. He's not worried about. I mean, the O's gone anyway, so it's a really, like I said, you just look through his CV and you just see the fights that he has taken. I mean, what are we looking at? Since 2012, we've got Mosley, Austin Trout, Mayweather, Erislandy Lara, Kirkland, Cotto Khan, Julio Cesar Chavez. I'm not even including Liam Smith in that. Furthermore, I'm not including Chavez Jr. in that either. He's embarrassed himself and his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but look at his career, and it sort of makes sense why he wanted to wait a bit.
Yep.
And I'm sure he's probably earning more money now than if he still had the WBC belt, because I think they're bound by their negotiations and stuff. That
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a great deal done for both of them, but I'm sure Canelo's owning the lion's share.
Yeah. I think it's one of those ones. It's a sensible decision from probably Triple G. And we said it before when we talk about the Brook and Khan thing, that if you let your ego get in the way, I mean, and you just need to look at what the bottom line is.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to make more money in this fight than
Exactly.
you made in any other fight.
Don't worry about that. What the other person's earning.
Exactly.
More about what you're earning. So
So I'm just so glad it's getting done now,
Mm.
and that it is done.
yeah,
And this is one of those ones. It'll be like the Pacquiao Mayweather fight when I'm sitting on the sofa, just about to sit there and it's about to start, and you're sitting there thinking, "Is this actually happening?
yeah.
Mm.
I can't believe this is actually happening." Just hope we get a better fight this time.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is that in that fight you kind of knew
yeah, you knew.
it was past this sort of best, but you also knew what you were going to get from Mayweather,
Yeah,
and everyone suspected that might be too good for Pacquiao. With this, I have no idea.
you don't know.
I
Yeah,
have no idea what's going to. You know what Golovkin's going to do, but you don't know whether it's going to work or not.
But that's the interesting thing with Golovkin. And imagine all the other opponents have thought exactly the same thing. I know what he's going to do, and I know we've got a plan on how to stop it.
Do you think for once like Golovkin's going in with someone that's actually not afraid of his power? Like, cause
I do.
you look at all the other fighters that he's fought. They generally must have been afraid of his power.
Mm.
Like Canelo, he ain't be afraid of his power at all.
We said this before. This is the whole Mike Tyson thing. People were beaten before they even got in the ring.
Yeah.
They were genuinely terrified about being knocked out, and you could see it within 2 seconds of the bell ringing that they just
Yeah.
did not want to get hit, kind of like an Audley Harrison sort of thing. Jacobs wasn't worried about that,
Mm.
No, he
and
wasn't.
in fairness, Jacobs took some big
It's
shots.
kind
as
of like
well.
the bully
Yeah.
thing, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at Mike Tyson, really, every time he fought someone good, he lost, more or less.
Yeah.
And it could be the same with Golovkin. I mean, they've got to have a plan B, but when you go this far throughout your career without having to worry about it, what's he going to do? He's going to start to panic if it doesn't start working for him.
The interesting thing we've said with Triple G before though is kind of like the whole Carl Froch thing, that I don't see Golovkin being knocked out. I see him being put down possibly in this fight,
Mm.
but I don't see him being knocked out. It's the same as with Carl Froch. I could see him
Yeah.
definitely being put down several times, but you could never see him laying on the floor,
Yeah,
eyes all over the place, no idea where he is. And Golovkin takes shots, and I love it. You know, you see the gum shows his smile later. And I tell you what, if you're in a fight and someone does that must break your heart.
Mm.
but
It'll
not,
be
but not-
crazy to see if
but not by someone as good as Canelo though.
Mm.
we'll
not-
see, won't we?
Yeah,
This is the thing. If Canelo manages to knock him out, I mean, that's unreal, isn't it?
And
It's
I think
crazy.
that's not out of the realms of possibility. If someone said to you, "Now I'm going to tell you the result. Canelo's going to knock him out in the third round," you're like, "All right."
Mm. I would be surprised, to be fair. I would be, but I'd be so happy if that happened. Like, that'd be
So
great
you'd be
to see.
surprised if Canelo won by knockout?
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't be surprised if Golovkin won in any round by knockout, but I would be surprised if Canelo won by knockout. I think I can't see it. Unless it's a systematic beat up and it's a TKO, I can't see it being like a clean knockout.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't see him being absolutely KO'd, but I could see him being stopped possibly.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Especially the way he is. That you can imagine Golovkin getting hurt and just keep coming forward and getting battered in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I don't know. I can't really imagine.
Yeah,
how
just
you-
we're just sitting there, just like, I can't believe this. It's actually happening.
Yeah.
So what you guys doing? You staying up? Waking up early.
What's interesting? What's on the undercard?
It's poor.
No. I'll wake up for this.
It's poor. I can't remember. Someone's been added to it, haven't they? Frank Warren's.
Yeah, the it's not Nicola Adams, is it?
Yeah.
Nicola Adams.
Stand up for that.
She's decent though. She's decent.
She's really good in that advert with the cream. Listen,
It's
you
better
gotta
than
get
watching.
paid.
It's better than watching Katie Taylor, man. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I get a cup of tea, man, going on.
What do you mean Katie Taylor's pay-per-view? Don't you know that?
Oh mate.
I wish David was here now. He'd give us an impression of her.
It was a good one today. It's just basically a next gen show with Katie Taylor and Andy Joshua on it. That's what it is.
And it's
Yeah.
$16.95. But it's alright because I'll probably add,
Dylan White.
but not against Chisora.
No.
And then they'll put it up to 20 quid.
Yeah.
It's worth the extra £4, guys. Come on. Come on. So, we kind of touched on it already. So, Canelo wins this. If Canelo wins this, what's next for him now? Is it Saunders?
I want it to be Saunders.
I think it has to be Saunders. I think there's no one left after that. Who else is there? Who else is left?
Well, the middleweight division will be cleaned out.
Yeah, that's it.
Whoever wins this, the middleweight division's cleaned out, really. And that's not disrespectful to. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Billy Joe Saunders, who I need to say, I've said it this week already. He looks in amazing shape. As in, I've never seen him look like that.
He does. He's got his head screwed on, mate. He's got himself in fantastic shape, and fair play to him.
He's in the Ingle gym now, isn't he?
Yep.
They've done a number on him. He looks great. So he needs to put on a massive performance against Monroe.
Yeah.
And I feel if he does, then the next fight for him is a big money fight.
Yeah.
You just hope this isn't one of those ones where it gets gate crashed. You know, someone just unexpectedly loses.
Oh. Again, I mean, Triple G has to go up in my eyes. He could fight Saunders, but he could do. But I think
that will be the test one. If he wins this one, does he really want all the belts?
Yeah.
Or does it become about money at that point?
Yeah.
Chris Eubank Jr.
Either way. Find a pen.
Yeah. He's got loads of fights, Chris Eubank Jr. To be fair, though, hasn't he?
I think everyone wants him, and because no matter what anybody has got to say, he's a big name draw.
Yeah, of course.
If you put him on a bill, people want to see him. He's got that, and I'm not comparing him to, because people have pulled me up on that before, Floyd Mayweather, where people will pay to see his fights.
Yeah.
In the hope that he gets knocked out.
Yeah. But he's tied up now, isn't he?
Well, he'll be tied up until about March when he wins it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go out there and say it.
I'm with you, I think.
Oh, I love it. Dwight's like, fuck off, man.
No. I can't see it, but if he wins it, fair play to him. I don't hate on him. You know what I mean? Just I don't know. I just can't see it at the moment.
Should we just touch on that? The World Super Series boxing. So we had was it the first show last week?
Yeah.
Usyk Huck.
Yep.
And I said it on our Twitter. Tony Bell was like, not too worried about that salt and pepper now, David. Let's get this fight on. He wants nothing to do with him.
No.
I don't think anyone does.
But you got to remember, Tony Bellew is the #1 cruiserweight in the world.
Oh, my bad. He hasn't taken that belt off since for fear of losing it. Trying to squeeze it through his Levi's. So
yeah, it's quite good, isn't it? Because everyone's just talking about Usyk now. Obviously, he's probably going to win that, or almost certainly going to win that.
But I think it would take a big shot for him to not win that now.
Yeah.
And that
But
was
then
such a statement.
they're talking about what he does after, like going up to heavyweight.
That's amazing.
Listen, mate, he's top draw, man.
Yeah.
As soon as that got made, that was my winner from day one, straight away.
But I loved it when he said I picked up because I wanted to show I'm the best.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna win this. And he did it. And then this weekend next weekend we have
this weekend we've got Callum Smith.
This weekend, sorry. How do you feel about that? Because again, he's someone, he splits people massively.
I don't know, he could be really good, but my gut feeling is he's probably a bit overrated.
I feel we could be in for a shock on this one.
Yeah.
And I think Eddie will be loving it because he don't want Callum tied up with ITV for the next 9 months.
Although look at, it was the WBC belt last weekend, wasn't it? That's what Callum Smith gave up the opportunity of winning.
Yeah.
I don't know what Eddie Hearn had him doing there, but
well, with him, it just doesn't seem to be the game plan. Whatever it is, it just seems to move all the time because they've had him sitting on the sideline for 2 years.
This is like a Kell Brook situation over again, isn't it?
But I mean, with Kell Brook, and then they sold him out. I say sold him out. They got him his big money fight.
But ended his career though, mate.
Yeah.
At the same time,
he fulfilled Eddie Hearn's date that he had committed with the O2.
Yeah. So, yeah, I feel Smith's going to be the. I keep stuttering. I can see a big upset. I don't really even know a lot about this guy.
Scotland.
But the Sauerland seems to rate him right, and I've seen like a lot of his highlight videos.
Who else is on that half?
I don't know. We can get it out.
Because you're obviously going to end up with, you imagine Eubank and Groves on the other side. I think Eubank beats Groves.
I think that'll be a great fight. Because Groves is good on the back foot. Eubank is going to come straight forward.
Yeah.
Assume they both win their fights, but yeah, that'll be a great fight.
I'm looking forward to that because I'm going to the Groves one.
Yeah.
I really wish I could have got You see, Google just brought us up the West Bromwich building. All right, I'll tell you what. Can one of you, Sean?
Yeah.
Your phone and fishing. I can't even see that screen properly. So we got. Yeah, I've said it from the beginning. I'm fully behind Eubank on this.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Apart from the Saunders thing, and when we cast our mind back, obviously it's 2020 vision hindsight.
Mhm.
He was still very early in his career then. First time doing 12 rounds.
Yeah.
He is a seasoned. I feel he is a seasoned fighter now. He should have
Yeah.
had more fights. He should have had better fights.
He's a mature fighter now.
He is.
Mm.
And I think like he took it for granted. He was a bit immature at the time, and you know, limelight, ego just overtook it. And Billy Joe Saunders had been there a bit for a lot
That's
longer.
it. I mean, we always forget that Billy Joe Saunders was a top draw amateur.
Yeah.
He was an Olympian for us as well, at like 19.
Mhm.
So he had a full career more or less
Yeah.
up to that point. For it to be your first 12 rounder, and like I said, hindsight's 2020, so I can come back and just pull out all these figures now and sort of stuff like that. He lost the fight, and as people will tell you on Twitter, that's the end of it. He beat him. Move on. I'll never move on. But yeah, I'm firmly behind him, and I feel it will be a massive fight with him and Groves.
Yeah.
Possibly the biggest fight we're going to see here this year, apart from obviously Klitschko, Joshua. But I think no, that'll be next year though, won't it?
Yeah, it's the start of the year, I think. Yeah.
Just get it on, man.
Yeah.
So
ITV pay-per-view, no doubt. But at least it'll be on TV.
probably want to
Yeah.
go to that one, won't we?
Fuck's sake.
That'd be a good one to go to.
I think we'll have to go to that one.
Yeah.
Be
That
interested to see
fiasco
where
of
they
ITV last week with the Huck fight being on their on-demand channel.
Yeah.
It was free, but it was on the next morning.
Yeah, 11 o'clock, wasn't it?
What are you buying a fight for?
But they were putting out tweets later in the day about 5 o'clock on Sunday evening. So I'll say this on our box office channel now, and it wasn't.
It just seems like a massive fiasco. They really got that
It's a
wrong.
shame that they did that one first. They should have done maybe one that had a little less
Yeah, let's
public
test it out
interest.
first.
Once they get their house in order, I think they'll be alright. But you know, they should have had their house in order from Eubank's last fights.
Yeah.
You know, they had they were their little testers and all that. They should have ironed out all the problems there. You know, this is massive for them to have this. This is massive. Like you shouldn't be messing this up, really.
This all just seems like it's all come together in terms of TV deals just very quickly and at the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got to the point and like the price was probably just going down. All right, just take these fights. We'll give you X amount.
Yeah, but ITV though, man, come on, man. This ain't some slapdash company that just formed. This is ITV. It's massive, man. They should. That's poor on their part. It's just embarrassing, man.
And there's about how many channels have ITV got on the Sky and Virgin platform?
Mm.
They've got about 8 or 9 channels.
They could have whacked it on one of those, man.
But instead, I'm watching Inspector Morse or some shit.
Yeah,
Touch of Frost.
yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. Alright, so we diverted a little bit. We are here to concentrate on Triple G Canelo. But we're only going to talk about that today. So, is there anything else you kind of want to add on it before we get to our actual predictions? And I mean, I know we've spoken about what we feel will happen, but I want a concrete prediction. Anything else you want to touch on before we get to that point?
No, not for me.
How much do you think Canelo's going to weigh on the night?
On the night, I think he'll be 175. That's because I don't know that. As far as I know, he's fighting for the IBF belt.
That we probably can find out. What do you reckon, Dwight?
I think it'd be less than that. I don't think it'd be that heavy. But yeah, in and around the 170 mark.
I feel he's going to. Oh no, yes, it's the WBC title he's not fighting for.
He said that in the past, though, innit?
I just think they just take the piss. They just talk.
Yeah.
They're just making up a belt from anyway.
Yeah.
It's such a shame because what you said so many times, that's such a prestigious belt,
Used to be.
and it's just being so disrespected now. When you look at the way some of the champions treat it as well, and I'm not picking on people here. Who are some WBC champions we've got? Tony Bellew, not really active.
No.
Adonis Stevenson, is he holding that green belt? Deontay Wilder. It's not what it used to be.
And it was Danny Garcia was the other one, wasn't it? Who had it for a while.
Do you know, we should just get rid of that now and just make the IBO the best one.
The IBO, it's my favourite looking one. I quite like the look of that.
And my favourite fighter's got one.
Yeah, exactly. that's why.
AJ.
Oh yeah, AJ's got it, yeah. I forget that. Tyson Fury had it and he was quite proud of it. He was laid out with all his belts, pointing at the IBO. Did you see his comeback? I'm trying to think which number comeback it is.
I heard about it.
You have to laugh and you have to belittle it a little bit because he keeps saying it, but
still weighing 27 stone.
But you hear from trainers and boxers that when you don't have a date to train towards, it's hard to get yourself going when you don't know what's at the end of it. And I don't understand why this court case has lasted so long or being delayed for so long.
It's an absolute disgrace. Frank Warren was saying that if this was a football player, this would have been done and dusted within a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
How you can keep a man from earning a living. That's what it is as well. It's not just how he wants to fight. This is how he earns his bread for 2 years nearly.
Yeah. But it does. You've got to question the management as well. Like
why are they not pushing
as much as I don't particularly like Eddie Hearn, generally, I think he would have sorted it out. He would have sorted it out quicker than this. I think.
Wasn't that how he?
The public would have demanded if it was AJ, but they're not really interested in Fury.
And again, that's the problem, is it?
Yeah.
That Fury doesn't get the recognition and love from the British people, and probably from the British board as well.
Yeah.
Because he's had his troubles.
Yeah.
He said his things that annoyed them and caused them problems.
Yep.
They're probably not in any great rush to help him out. But it's a disgrace that you can have someone. Imagine if someone came to you and just said you can't go to work for 2 years. No, not even 2 years. You can't go to work until we sort this shit out.
Yeah.
Like, when are you gonna sort it? We'll let you know.
Yeah, and you're not getting paid.
We'll let you know.
Don't go to work for 2 years. I'll say yes, please, man. As long as you pay me.
So that's probably why he's doing so many of these speeches.
Yeah.
He's out just earning some money.
Yeah.
And he has to say something different every time.
Yeah.
So he comes up.
He keeps saying the same thing.
But he goes to one, he's like, I'm retiring again. Goes to the next one, I'm coming back. I'll be retired. But he's earned 50 grand just having 3 talks.
Racking up those YouTube hits, man.
Alright then, boys. So, Dwight, on the spot then, how's this fight going to finish on Saturday?
Canelo points.
Nice.
Straight up. And I think Georgie's going to take a bit of a beating later on, the last couple of rounds. I think Canelo's just going to open up on him the last couple of rounds.
It genuinely hurts me to hear that. Didn't realise I liked Triple G that much.
I think exactly the same. Unanimous decision.
I think it'll be wide as well. It'll be wide.
I'm going to go Triple G stoppage.
Safe bet.
I think it has to be
stopped on his feet, I feel.
Yeah. I think if you think Canelo's going to win, then it has to be wide, doesn't it? Because if Golovkin starts winning rounds, doing what he's good at, then he's probably going to win.
Yeah.
He's probably going to stop him if he starts winning rounds doing that.
I just feel that Canelo's neck is going to be like my waist, and he's not going to be able to move his head out of the way of these shots.
Yeah.
But he'll be able to take them. But I think I can see it one of those, like a Joshua stoppage where they're just against the ropes, they're just getting hit.
Yeah.
Not really getting damaged, but they're just getting hit, and it looks bad.
Much, yeah.
That's what I mean. It's all about what Canelo can do off the ropes, I think. That's what I think. Just got to throw some combos back. And I think he will. I think that's what he's good at.
Like you said, he's brilliant on the back foot.
Yeah.
It's when you see him trying to be aggressive. In the aggressive thing, like they're able to fight.
It's too slow.
And that's exactly it. But then you see the speed when he's on the back foot, like the Amir Khan one.
Yeah.
To time that punch.
A sweet moment. A sweet moment, I must say.
Well, Sean, you're going to be our correspondent, so you are.
We'll get some good stuff. We'll get some pictures, videos.
And I said, I want the Corona girls, man. Yeah, I'm holding a Beyond the Ropes t-shirt.
Yeah.
Give them some business cards. And we're looking for sponsors, so if Corona want to throw us something.
They probably will if when they see the t-shirts we've got. Really high quality stuff, haven't we?
I'm there.
So.
Right, cool. Right then, boys. So we've done our predictions. Dave's not here. I think Dave probably would have gone Canelo.
I think Dave would have gone Golovkin. Knockout.
And do you know what? Dave's always the first person to rip the person that's not here.
Dave would have been maybe he would have gone Canelo because he'd been bitter about the Kell Brook thing.
Yeah. He's just hoping. He's hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I just think we should just all sit here and just appreciate the fact that we're going to be able to watch this.
Mm.
And Sean can appreciate the fact that he's probably going to be in there to watch this. Tell me, would you leave the missus outside to go in on your own? Or would we see another fight if you suggested that?
Yeah, you get people coming out of the arena during the Golovkin fight to see that one.
Because she'll probably get over it, but if you passed up a ticket,
You won't go.
Well,
With
this
that.
is at the moment they're about 600 quid each. That's the cheapest ones. What would you say is acceptable?
about 600 quid each. No, I think it's one of
That's
those.
the thing. You'll pay for the two of you, man. I mean, that's £1,200, man. So
Yeah, man, just gotta pay for the stuff.
I don't know.
Sort it out when we get home.
I need to sort out a number in my head that I'm happy with.
if you're doing one ticket, I would pay 600.
Yeah.
but
That's
not.
the one when you double it up.
Yeah, when you think about it, you and the missus.
I was burnt before. I remember when we went to the Joshua White, and we all had our tickets, and Dwight was like, I got one more. And I was like, I think my missus wants to come. And then after I'd said that to her, I processed it, and I was like, oh shit.
That's kind of you.
This has gone from being a £150 night to a £300 night. It's alright though, because we went to see him then, and now pricks are paying £350 for one ticket.
Yeah, exactly. That's what everyone. There's a couple of boys from work come up to me today and said, "Oh, I got Joshua tickets," and all that. And I was like, I just thumbs up. Okay, you crack on with that, mate. You crack on with that, mate. You know what I mean?
Just lining in Eddie's pocket. He needs another rolls.
It's a shame though, isn't it? Like, because that White Joshua one, I was kind of okay with that being pay-per-view and ticket prices. I was like, okay, that's pretty good, 100 quid.
100 quid. We had a very good seat.
Yeah.
And now I don't want to go to the fights, and you're questioning whether it's box office or not. It's mental. It's mental that I'd say a lot of boxing fans are feeling like that, but they're still doing massive venues, so there's enough people there for them.
I blame people. We're stupid. I mean, you only got to look.
Yeah.
Look at football is exactly the same now.
Yeah.
The price of players. Well, not to talk about football too much, but the price of players in the last 2 years, 3 years, it's just gone
Ridiculous.
through the roof. It is absolute. £200 million for a player is ridiculous. Man. Ridiculous. Troy Deeney last year, someone tried to buy him for 25 million. You're like, whoa. Griffey Sigerson this year, was it 45 million more or less?
Yeah.
We're talking he's nearly a £50 million player.
Yeah.
And it's like, now if I want to go and watch Anthony Joshua, I have to spend nearly £500 on a ticket to watch him fight. Essentially, I'm not being disrespectful again, and no one.
Yeah.
Puder's been beaten.
Yeah.
He's been beaten, and he was beaten badly.
Yeah, exactly.
By the man Joshua's just beaten. I know it's a mandatory. It's not what I want to see.
It's a shame, man. But it's just the way it goes, isn't it?
But I don't think Joshua's got anyone to duck. Again, if he just goes around and collects the belts, then it's all worthwhile. If he fights Puder, fights Ortiz, and then fights Wilder, then it makes sense. But people saying he's ducking Ortiz, and it's like, why would he be ducking Ortiz when Ortiz looked like that against Malik Scott and Dave Allen?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think Joshua's got anything to worry about with Ortiz personally.
Yeah, it's like Ortiz hasn't really earned the right, has he? Let's be honest.
What has he done in the last 6?
It's just sort of like one of them hipster sort of things, isn't it? Where people think, oh yeah, Ortiz. Not many people have heard of him. Yeah, let's say he's really good.
Alright then, boys. Well, we've done our predictions.
Yeah.
We've differed. We'll be back next week to give someone bragging rights.
Indeed.
Exciting.
I really hope it's me. I really do. Just because, like I said, Canelo can come again.
Yeah.
And I don't want Triple G to be forgotten as essentially a nobody.
But the problem is with Canelo, this is how fickle it all is, right? Then he loses to Golovkin, and then people will start looking at his record saying, oh, every time he stepped up to the elite level, he lost. That's how people do it, isn't it? Like after last weekend with
it's very
Gonzalez.
similar. Yeah, well, the Gonzalez one's been absolutely ridiculous. Suddenly he's a nobody.
Yeah.
But
I can see that happening with Canelo.
I can
the
see
same
Canelo
people will be saying that.
being similar to a Ricky Hatton. You know, when he stepped up to fight the 2 elite fighters, got knocked back down. And that's not taking anything away from him because he was a world champion.
Yeah.
Solid world champion.
I wish he just left it there, though, man. I wish he left it there.
You didn't like it when he came back?
No. She left it there.
Nah, he definitely should have. But he did give us one of the most spectacular knockouts. Isn't that one of your favourite ones, the Pacquiao one?
Yeah.
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 Alright then, boys. Well, we'll try and wrap it up again. Done our predictions. We've differed. We'll be back next week. Peace.
My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart, I want to eat his children.